So, welcome back to Indie Beauty TV. My name is Rachel Whittaker. I am the founder of Indie Beauty Delivers and the person behind the Indie Beauty Delivers community and the Indie Beauty Rockstars mentor program. Every week I come on to my Facebook page. It's normally Thursday, 3 o'clock. I'm trying to do it at the same time every week to do an episode of Indie Beauty TV. It's kind of like, well, how can I describe Indie Beauty TV? It's kind of like a current affairs program for indie beautypreneurs, I guess. So today, drum roll, I am going to be talking to you about one thing that you can do every month that will turn into 3 different activities, but they are all exceptionally easy and exceptionally quick. But what they're going to do is help you to really focus on creating content that your followers absolutely love on social media, which will drive your reach, drive your engagement. And we all know that the more engagement you get, the better you're favored by the algorithms on the social media platform. So it's a win-win-win today. And it is so simple and so blooming easy. You're going to be like, oh, is that all I've got to do? So one of the things as solopreneurs is that all our time is exceptionally precious. When we sit down to work, we need to nail it. We need to deliver some results, whether we've got an hour in between dropping the children off at school, whether we're squeezing in an hour before our husband gets back, whether we are just got a couple of hours in the evening because we've got a day job. Whatever it is, our time is normally very precious. So when we sit down, we have to make every single second count. And that's what my tips today are going to help you to do. When you sit down to do your social media marketing content from this moment forwards, you are going to be far more focused, far more productive, and you are going to drive results. You're going to be amazed when I tell you how simple this is. So what I'm going to ask you to do is go get a bit geeky, if I'm honest. I said in the kind of intro for this edition of Indie Beauty TV that I was going to give you one thing that would help you to sort of change up your social media marketing for February. And it is one thing, it's stats. I want you to get really, really geeky about stats. And I don't want you to switch off yet. I don't want you to switch off and now I've said stats. I know it's tempting, but this is super, super easy. And from those stats, I'm going to give you 3 activities that you can do every month. So the way to be productive when you're very limited with time is to absolutely understand your business, to completely and entirely have your finger on the pulse, to know what's working and what's not working in your business, to understand what your followers are enjoying and what they're not enjoying. And when you say it out loud, that sounds really, really simple. But in reality, because we are limited on time, we tend to spend a lot of time just keeping going, doing the next thing, and actually stopping and finding out that level of detail, looking at those analytics and those statistics are something that we just quite often skip and don't do. But if you can get into the habit, and that's what I'm going to try and instill into you today, the habit of doing this every month, it will take you no more than half an hour, and the results that you're going to get from that will be really, really phenomenal. So I said to you I was going to get you to go geeky, and I am. I want to talk to you a little bit, first of all, about analytics and stats. That's where the detail is. That's where you can really see what's working in your business. And nowadays we are so lucky because Facebook and Instagram, they pull all our stats together for us. We need to do nothing apart from click one button and then just have a look through it. And it's exactly the same with our website stats and as well, or analytics, whether you're using Google Analytics or one of the other kind of programs and apps that are available to look at your stats. They're all done for us. So it's really, really super easy to get hold of them. There's no churning through any kind of numbers or data or anything like that. It's dead easy. Stats. If you are a Facebook kind of marketeer, if you're using Facebook to put your content out on, you will have, whether you're using a Facebook page or a Facebook group, there will be an Insights tab at the top of your page. I want you to do this today, guys, or I want you to do this as soon as you watch this video, because I want you to take this advice and these tips that I'm giving you today into February, because I promise you, you will start to see an instant result. So if you're using Facebook, at the top, whether it's a group or a page you use to promote your business, go and have a look at your Insights tabs. They're really interesting. There's loads of different information in there. I'm going to focus in on one specific bit today, but familiarize yourselves with them, because you can see what days are most popular for your followers, what times are most popular for people visiting your page. You can see what demographic you're hitting. And that's really useful, because if you're not hitting your ideal customer, something is going wrong. If you are hitting your ideal customer, it's like, yes, I'm doing something right. So you can gather all that data off your Facebook Insights. But the one bit of data I really want to speak to you about today is you can also see which of your posts are performing best. I know, I told you this was so simple. If you go and have a look, you can look back over the last month and you can see in an area on those insights exactly which posts are performing well. You can look through that list and you can really analyze what it is that's doing, well for you. So is it things like live video that you've done and people have watched live or they've watched on catch up? Is it asking questions? So is it using all those big bold coloured backgrounds you can now get on Facebook and making a question jump out at people? Is that working best for you? Is it inspirational quotes? Is it sharing book reviews or maybe links to blogs? It's really, really easy to see which of those things and which of the posts are working best for you. It's also really, really easy to see which posts aren't working for you at all in that list as well. And you can do the same there. What is it that you're doing that people actually aren't responding to? And you can spend just 5 or 10 minutes on your Facebook Insights just looking at that and make a note of what's working and make a note of what's not working. Then going forward into February, do more of what's working and stop doing the stuff that isn't working. So you can see instantly within that sort of 5 to 10 minutes there, you are fine-tuning your approach to your content marketing on Facebook for the following month. You are reacting to what your followers are telling you that they're really enjoying, and you're going to do more of it. If you do more of it, they're going to react more because they're going to see more of the stuff they like. When they start liking stuff and making comments and engaging, the algorithms reward you by promoting your content inside the platform. So this is a win-win, and it's so simple. It's so simple. And I've been doing this today and it blows my mind. But like I say, this is a habit I want you to get into at the end of every month. It's so quick and it's so simple that there's no reason that you shouldn't be doing this. You can do exactly the same on Instagram. So if you've got a business account, and this is why it's really important if you're a business to have a business account, because you can get insights. Now on Instagram, I believe you need to do them a little bit quicker than probably monthly, because I think it just shows you for the last week. But you can go into your insights on Instagram and it shows you exactly the same kind of data that you see on Facebook. When people are active, what demographic you're hitting, but also which posts are getting the most reach and the most engagement. So spend 5 minutes there. It's so worthwhile. Write down, analyze what's working for you. Is it the quotes? Is it pictures of you? Is it pictures of you at live events? Is it little snippets of video that you're using? It also gives you stats on your stories as well. So you can really fine tune there, and you do exactly the same on Instagram that you've just done on Facebook. Going forward for the next month, you do more of what your customers and your followers have shown you that they're enjoying, and you do less of what they've not interacted with. And you still get that benefit of more engagement, more reach, and the algorithm thanks you very much for it and does a lot more internal promoting. So that's stats on social media. That helps you to instantly fine tune what you're going to put out there the following month. This is why I'm saying do this monthly, but I want you to go and do it now. I want you to do it today. I want you to finish this broadcast and think, my God, that's so easy. I'm just going to go do that. And then from tomorrow, you could be making a difference to your social media. That's how easy this is. I'm very excited about this one. My last one is still about stats, so it's still using your stats and your analytics, but it's slightly different. This time I want you to go and look at your analytics on your website. And I want you to spend another 5 or 10 minutes there. And I want you to have a look at what's working there. So if you are someone who uses blogs and publishes blogs regularly on your website, this is really, really useful. Go and have a look, and on your analytics, you'll be able to see which pages your followers have spent the most time on. And hopefully, some of your blogs should be appearing in that top 10 or top 20 pages that people are having a look at. And what you can do then is, I'll give you a really great example. I've just done this today, and I've been on and had a look at mine, and my one in the top 5 pages visited is a blog I published in April of last year, which is quite a long time ago. But it's really suddenly attracting a lot of attention again. But I haven't done any content marketing around that. I haven't put that back out to anybody since April last year. But if people are still reading it, I'm like, hold on a minute. That's an opportunity to take that piece of content, to take that blog and to repurpose it. I may republish it again into my Facebook group, or I may cut it up into smaller pieces and turn it into posts on Instagram. But what I'm doing is reacting to what my followers and the readership of my blog is telling me they're enjoying. And if they're enjoying it on my blog, then they're going to enjoy it if I repurpose it and put it out on different social media platforms. So this is a real win-win situation, because one, you're giving people the content that they are showing you by the analytics that they're enjoying, but you're also creating content without having to write any more content. You did the work. You did the work before. Now you just repurpose it, jiggle it up a little bit, republish it in slightly different formats. So that's a really, really good example of what I've done today. You can look through all of your blogs like that, and maybe you've got a couple of blogs coming into those top ones. How can you reuse them? How can you put them back out there to your community and share them in a different way so that they can continue to access that and enjoy that? So again, it's slightly different to how you can use the analytics on your social media. What your website can give you is still that element of what are my people enjoying, but it can also give you a whole stack of content that you can take away and plan into your schedule for February without actually creating any more, which is like another awesome way as solo entrepreneurs to maximize your time. Sweat your assets. That's what I always say. If you wrote something in April last year, which people love, sweat it. If you do a really good video and it's getting loads of hits on any of your social media platforms, sweat it. And don't be afraid to repurpose the content that you've created. If people loved it then, they'll love it again. So never be worried about that. So it's a kind of, that's what I had to talk to you about today. It was just really I'm so aware how social media marketing is quite a difficult thing to do for people. It seems like a massive beast that just keeps needing to be fed. And it does, but there are ways to really, really make it so much easier. The first is to really understand what your followers are enjoying and to do more of it. And by making a habit of checking your analytics and your insights at the end of every month or at the end of every week, you will build a really good idea and you'll have your finger right on the pulse of what your followers are enjoying. And you simply do more of that. That makes your life so much easier, because you're just going to get more engagement, more reach, more followers. That's how you grow. And you get into the habit of thinking about the things and spotting things that your followers are going to enjoy. But you can also use the same technique of analytics to spot on your website, for example, the blogs that are working really, really well for you. And you can repurpose and reuse those. So you're dishing up the stuff that your followers love. But what you're doing is you're saving yourself time, because you've done the work already. You're just going to repurpose it, change it a little bit, put it out in a slightly different way. And I would really encourage you to get into the habit of doing this review at the end of every single month. I do a much bigger review. I don't just look at these sorts of things. I also look at growth, money, and all sorts of things like that. But the crux of what I've just talked to you about today forms, when I've done that, it forms my strategy, essentially, my content marketing strategy for the following month. And then I get to the end of the following month, I do the same, and whatever I discover forms the strategy for the next month. Each month, this gets better and better and better. So please, I encourage you to stop every month and just make the effort to do this. It will reap the rewards, I can honestly say. But that is me done for the day. Mwah! Loads of indie hugs and love. See you soon. Bye.